Let me show you what's been marked as exhibit number 21. This is off of United Subcontractors, Inc. webpage. And it says insulation overview, correct?
Yes.
That's exhibit number 21? Yes?
Yes.
And what does it say below the man with the insulation vest there? Starting with insulation is?
Insulation is a complete system which, if not installed correctly, the building's thermal or acoustical enclosure will not perform properly. Insulation is an integral part of any residential or commercial building.
Let me knock you down to the third paragraph.
With experienced professional technicians and strict quality control, will help you meet your deadlines and pass inspection on time every time. We provide unparalleled speed in an industry that demands it.
Last paragraph, please.
USI provides bats, blown-in insulation, spray foam insulation, curtain wall systems, and sound insulation for commercial structures. We believe our exceptional work speaks for itself. You'll be in excellent company when using USI for your next project.
Okay, let me turn your attention to the next page. Actually, let me turn it to the third page, if you don't mind. It says installation, what to expect, and there are 5 bullet points there. Could you read bullet point number 1?
Free estimate consultation, approximately 1 hour. One of our professionals will meet you at your home to thoroughly inspect the areas in which you would like to increase your insulation.
And number 5.
Inspection varies by customer and job, but usually no longer than 15 to 30 minutes. We take great pride in our work, and therefore we request all customers to inspect the work that was done. We do not close a job until the customer is 100% satisfied.
How is an untrained customer supposed to know if if an insulation was installed properly?
Who's an untrained customer? It depends on the customer.
Well,
This is
if the customer doesn't know
referring
insulation.
to attic upgrades.
No, we'll
It's
talk about-
different than,
Let's talk about bat installation.
okay, then our customer is a builder who is the expert in their job.
What if your customer is not the builder who's an expert? What if your customer is just the homeowner who's gutted the house and is having different people come in and do work?
That would depend on the time. That doesn't apply to this. Our customer was a builder.
Your customer was Brian Canary.
Brian
Correct.
Canary, Raven Rehabs, who was a builder.
Who paid Carroll Insulation?
Brian Canary, Raven Rehabs.
The check was from Brian Canary,
The
correct?
proposal was to
Objection, argument.
Raven Rehabs, Brian Canary,
It's a
Brian
question,
Canary.
Who was the check from?
What difference does it make?
Who was the check from?
Who was the proposal to?
I get to
It
ask the
doesn't,
questions.
we get checks
We'll
from all
stipulate that the
sorts of
check was
corporate
from Mr.
entities. It
Canary.
doesn't
I'm not
matter.
going to argue with you on that one. It's a check from Mr.
Did he
Canary.
complain that the proposal was made out to Raven Rehabs? Where did the name Raven Rehabs come from? It's a differentiation without a distinction. What difference
So-
does it make?
You're saying that this was treated differently because you had an experienced customer. That if it was not an experienced customer, how would Carroll Insulation show an inexperienced customer that the insulation was installed properly?
In this particular if it was a house or
In this
an attic?
particular situation. But Mr. Canary said, I don't know. That's why I hired you guys. How do I know it's done right?
If requested, we would send a field superintendent to walk the house with him.
And the field superintendent would explain the proper way of installing insulation, correct?
No, it would answer any questions a builder would have.
If the builder says, how do I know this is done properly? How would he answer that question?
Objection.
Hypothetical.
Speculative.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Okay. Would you agree with me that the publishing of information to the public on the World Wide Web is considered advertising?
Objection.
All right. It's an advertisement, right?
Objection.
It's a website. I would think advertising would be, by advertising, I usually think of that as radio, TV, mail.